Good afternoon, and welcome to Larry Emerson Field. Along with John Skokie, I'm Mike Santoro. We're going to be bringing you play-by-play of today's game between your 6-1 Goffstown Grizzlies against the 2-6 Lebanon Raiders. And it was a beautiful day a little while ago. The sun just hid behind the clouds, so we have some overcast. It kind of chilled off a little bit, but the field looks like it's in great shape after all that rain yesterday. And we hope to have a good ball game today. So, John, why don't you give us the starting lineup?
So the starting lineup today for the Goffstown Grizzlies at third base is going to be batting first is going to be Ethan Smith. Batting second, Clay Campbell will be the second baseman. Batting third, Connor Hyzak will be the shortstop. Batting fourth, playing first base will be Justin Pernard. Batting fifth and in right field will be Derek Stekowitz. And then the DH today, batting for the pitcher, will be Nick Labrie. And then Tyler Santoro will be batting seventh, playing catcher. Bobby Doherty will be batting eighth, playing left field. And then Carter Chouinard will be batting at the bottom of the lineup, playing center field. So a pretty consistent lineup, but with some changes in the middle. There's a change in left field for sure, and then a little bit of a change in right field. So some outfield changes for this game. Yeah. Taylor French is going to be pitching, by the way.
Yeah, what you usually see, John, is Taylor usually bats when he pitches. So it's good to see that he's not going to be batting. He's just going to be pitching. But, yeah, you can't take Bobby Doherty out of the lineup. He's been playing right field, and he's been hitting a ton. And with Derek Stekowitz playing the other night against Portsmouth, the Coach Lawrence wanted to keep his bat in there and keep Labrie in as well. So put Derek in the outfield and has Labrie DHing. So Nolan Gamet, who's usually left field, doesn't seem to be starting today. But other than that, the rest of the guys are in the normal places.
When the season started, Bobby Doherty was on the bench through a couple of games. I joked with one of the dads, you could create an over-under on the game in which he'd take his place in the lineup. I think he's that good. He's a good hitter, and he's very trustworthy defensively. So,
yeah, and we talked about that, John, as to how long it was going to take to get him in there. So apparently he's been in there now the last 2 or 3 games, and he looks like he's become a staple in there. So.
Well, the defense was the story Friday night against Portsmouth, so hopefully we can get rid of some of those errors. The errors will kill you in this sport.
Yeah, that definitely was the difference in the game. That one big inning, Portsmouth, the final score was 6-2. Portsmouth's a good team, don't get me wrong, and Van Allen pitched a great game.
But, no doubt.
So we have Ryan Nicholson leading off for Lebanon. Wearing number 14. He's playing second base today. And he takes a ball. Taylor looking for the sign. And foul straight back. So a 1-1 count.
It's awful quiet down here today.
It sure is. It's usually pretty noisy. Taylor looking for the sign on the 1-1 pitch. There it comes. Fastball, and he pops him up. Derek Stekowitz getting a chance right away. And he makes the catch.
That's another change on the defense. Stekowitz out in right field. I've seen him at a couple different positions. I hadn't watched him play out there, but from what I understand, he's pretty comfortable in right field. So I'd like to keep his bat in the lineup. This team needs all the hitting it can get right now.
Yeah. Trey Chickering is now the batter, number 9. He's playing center field today. And he takes a strike. So Taylor started the first one off with a ball and then a strike on the second batter. Here he comes. Nice pitch. Strike 2. Tell you, if Taylor's going to be doing that today, it could be a long day.
For Lebanon, you mean?
For Lebanon,
yeah.
Right.
Could be a quick day.
I didn't finish my sentence. Could be a quick day for us. Long day for them. Here comes the 0-2. Defensive swing, little foul up the first baseline. Tyler grabs it, foul ball.
Yeah, Taylor, I think it was mid last week, he was complaining of a sore back after his start last Monday, and I don't know. Obviously, he's feeling better, but you always get nervous when a young pitcher tells you his back hurts because backs can be a little tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to hear anybody say they got a bad back. So Trey Chickering is a freshman. I just looked him up in the sheet, class of 2021, playing center field today. Here comes the 0-2 by Taylor. And then again, defensive swing, a little ground ball to Justin Pennard, and he steps on the bag, and there's 2 down.
This defense needs a couple clean innings.
Yeah, John, we were talking about that, that one really bad inning against Portsmouth. That it was a 6-2 game and 4-run second inning, all 4 runs unearned, and 3 errors, and you can't make those kind of errors against a team like that.
3 infield errors. That's a death sentence.
Jonathan Williman takes a strike, so Taylor starts him off with a strike. Jonathan is playing short today, and he is a sophomore, class of 2020.
So a shortstop batting number 3rd is probably pretty common occurrence in high school baseball, usually a sign of one of the better athletes on the team.
Yep. It's probably a pitcher, too, with that size. Most shortstops are. There's a ground ball to Clay. He gobbles it up, and then it's a quick 1, 2, 3 inning. So that's what we needed, a nice clean inning. And that's what we get. So 1, 2, 3 for Taylor. He threw 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pitches.
So, Mike, I believe before we went on the air, you said Lebanon is 2-6 on the season?
2-6 on the season. I didn't get a chance to print out their whole schedule, but they got a pretty busy week with Goffstown today. On Wednesday they have Hanover, and on Friday they have John Stark. They've been good games. I did check a couple of the scores out, but I didn't get a chance to print it. My printer was on the fritz before I left, so maybe I can get their stuff up here. But talk about busy weeks, John. We just had 2 more games added to our schedule this week. Goffstown already had Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this week, and they added in the continuation of the suspended game against St. Thomas tomorrow at 4:30 here at Lions. And then on Thursday, they now play the makeup game for Hanover, which was supposed to be Saturday. That's on Thursday. So 5 games this week. So it's a tall order with Lebanon today, St. Thomas tomorrow, Pelham Wednesday, Hanover on Thursday, and Laconia on Friday.
So tomorrow's game will either last 10 minutes as we finish off a 10-run victory with a mercy rule, or it could go, you figure, about an hour. So
right. Yeah, with the score, when we left that game, it was 10-1 in the top of the 4th inning, 1 out. And that was our first game, too. That was our first home game. And we got some nice rain. And then, but we have 4 home games this week now. With the conclusion of that game tomorrow, we're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we're going to try to bring you Thursday's game against Hanover as well.
Right.
This
team will find out a lot about themselves in the next probably 2 weeks based on that kind of compression of teams within a week. They're going to find out about their depth of pitching. They're going to find out about their talent level. Right now they're 7-1, I believe.
6-1.
6-1. Hopefully can come out of this week feeling just as good about themselves and staying atop the standings. That'll be important in another couple weeks when the playoff seedings start.
Yep. So we have Matthew Wylander on the mound. It's EY. I'm not sure if it's Islander or Wylander. I'll go with Wylander. He is a senior, graduates this year, big kid. Ethan Smith will be stepping in, leading it off for Goffstown here in the bottom of the 1st inning. Ethan wearing number 10, a senior. He's playing 3rd base today. No way he swings at the first. He's been doing this the last couple of games. He's been showing that bunt. You know he's not going to bunt.
I spent some time with Ethan last Wednesday night suit shopping with him and Mitch, and he told me that he understands we like to place bets on his swing ratio.
Yeah. Was it Ethan that got me the pizza the other day?
Yeah, he got a pizza or 2 last year, too. It's funny you think we're up here talking to ourselves, but these kids are going home listening to these games because I've heard quite a few things repeated back to me that I might have said last Monday.
Yeah, that's funny. And, there's a ground ball to short. You're not going to get him with his speed.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
he
nice
did.
throw. Good arm by that shortstop.
Yeah, well, we were saying the kid was probably a pretty darn good athlete.
Yep, and he showed it right there.
What year is he?
He's a that was Chickering, right? No, let's see. That was Williman, and he is a sophomore.
Jeez, yeah.
So what an arm on him. So
yeah, he looks like he's going to be a lot bigger in another year or two. He's a good athlete.
So Clay Campbell stepping in. Clay's been hot with the bat. He's been probably the most consistent hitter all year. Fastball down low.
Agreed.
He's been making some good contact. We've got some fellows in the lineup that have been struggling a little bit and pressing a little bit. But, they haven't had a lot of time outside. You're not seeing live pitching.
Well, how do you look at that? You got a 6-1 team, and offensively, who would you say is overachieving? Nobody.
Oh, nobody. Definitely
So
not.
that's probably a great sign that maybe if they all get hot as the season ends,
right,
that could be perfect timing.
Well, fouls it back. Well, now's the time to do it, John. With 5 games this week and 4 next week, and you got some heavy hitters next week with you got Bow and you got Wyndham and you got Bedford next week. So if there's ever a time for the bats to wake up, now's the time to do it. So you can't really complain about not getting at bats this week with 5 games this week, 4 next week. So that's almost a pro schedule.
Now the schedule should favor hitting. You're going to see more pitches. It's a little warmer out versus it's certainly not going to favor pitching. In the sense of we're going to need somebody to start this week that hasn't started this year. If not 2 different people.
Well, right, because you got 5 games. And Clay's a little late. That's in the hole, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So Clay continues his excellent hitting with the base hit.
Before our next game, I might try to dig up some stats from Coach, see if we can find out where some kids sit on the air. We could put that over the airwaves.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some kids that would like to hear it and some that would not. So let's make a deal now. If you're hitting below your weight, we won't mention that.
Right. Just hope nobody notices.
And maybe we'll use our weight because a few more of them will fit into that. But
if you're hitting my weight, that's a decent season.
Yeah, exactly. So here's Connor Hyzak. He's playing shortstop. We talked about shortstops and batting third, and Connor is 1. And as a matter of fact, Williman, the shortstop for Lebanon, who batted third, also wears number 5. So they're both batting third, and they both wear number 5. Keeping Clay close. The warm-up throw down from Dupree, the catcher, seemed to bounce a couple times. So I don't know if the coach saw that, looking to take advantage. That ball gets by the catcher, so they're going to get second base on a wild pitch.
Hyzak is maybe a perfect example of my earlier point where I bet if you saw his average, I bet you it's pretty solid. And he's made contact a ton, but I'm telling you, the best is yet to come with this kid. I've seen him go on tears, and hopefully one happens about as we head into the playoff. They need him to really rake the ball all over the field.
Yep. They have a lot of games.
Oh boy, another one.
Breaks off the catcher's glove, so that's a pass ball that gets him down to third base. And now we have Clay at third with 1 out. So he's in scoring position. Well, he was in scoring position in second, but now at third base. So now a ground ball anywhere but probably third base should score him. And a fly ball will score him. Clay's with good speed. No wind today, John. That American flag is sitting there. So catcher is either looking for repairs or looking for a new glove. That last ball broke off his
underneath the flag, we have Tom French and Labrie sitting about a half a mile from here.
Yeah. Well, Tom doesn't like to stay close to anybody. He's kind of like you. He doesn't like to stay close to anybody when his son is pitching.
Yeah, right.
And I love making fun of you though. I put the camera on you a couple times the other night, hanging on the fence, and I kept looking at you, and you move. You're crouching, you're leaning on the fence, you're sitting in the stands. Connor takes ball 3.
I might not even want to rewatch that because I know I must look insane. But it's almost too much to come to a game in which a kid's pitching, especially when it gets to the high school level, especially when it's a really good team like Portsmouth. The nerves just eat you alive.
And there's the 3-0, and Connor walks on 4 pitches. So now we have first and third.
I think about other sports where maybe there's a similar dynamic to a parent. You're the parent of a goalie.
Oh, that's the worst.
The goalie and the pitcher are the center of the action at times.
If you want to know the worst, that's it. Yeah. The parent of a goalie, the worst. I mean, not because the goalies are bad. It's just that's where all the pressure is.
No doubt about it.
So here's Justin Pennard, and there goes Connor. Not a surprise there. Pitch in the dirt. So he's thrown now 5 straight balls. Not a surprise at all to see Connor go on the first pitch. Now you get second and third with 1 out. And Justin, who's been making great contact and getting on base, ground ball, fly ball here is going to score at least one. Great speed on the bases. Clay at third and Connor at second. A base hit will probably score 2 unless it's like a rope shot. And he's coming high with everything, John. He's not following through.
Yeah, he's looking down at the ground. There's definitely a hole out there. I've seen it. It seems to have crept up early in the game here. As you can see, his front foot's in the hole right now, and it's weighing on him.
Yep. Misses high again, so he's been high. Other than the 2 pitches in the dirt, he's been high with the other 5. So 3-0 to Justin, who was just an on-base machine. And you got Derek Stekowicz. Do I call him Big Derek Stekowicz? Big Derek Stekowicz on deck. And now he's
the big Stek.
Big Stek. So he's thrown now 8 balls in a row after letting up the single to Clay. And here comes Derek. Derek, number 15. Pitched his first game against Portsmouth. He came in and finished up through the last couple of innings and did pretty well.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked really good.
Looked really good. And get some – he missed again. Got some action that's going to happen in the Lebanon bullpen. I see number 1 going down there. Don't have rosters, so can't tell you who it is. There's a strike. So.
Yeah, the pitcher's definitely struggling. He's not driving at all. I don't know if it's the mound or something seems like it's weighing on him right now. He looks uncomfortable.
Yeah. He's got a big hole where his plant toe is and a big hole where his left foot is, and Derek kind of reaches for that, and now he's got Derek in a hole, 1-2.
This mound is it's not a terrible mound, but it has its moments where it seems to get kind of weathered.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point last year where it really seemed like is beat up and needed some loving, which it got for the playoffs.
Derek a little ahead of that pitch and fouls it back, so he's battling here. Weilander doing a good job. Loads the bases with a single and 2 walks after Ethan grounded out to short and got Stecks in a hole, 1-2. That hit him. That ball just grazed him.
Grazed his shirt.
And that's gonna force a run in. So unfortunate there for Weilander, as he had Stecks where he wanted him, and that's gonna put Goffstown ahead, 1-0.
Yeah, he's real high in the strike zone, which is a terrible place to be as a pitcher. Derek Stekowicz is a high ball hitter. So is Nick Labrie, and so is Tyler. So hopefully we're going to get some production here.
But I mean, he's missing high, and
he's real
not
high.
missing high at the letters. He's missing high at the eyes and the head.
No, agreed. So nothing good's going to happen there either. We'll get a base on balls out of that. So as they take a little meeting at the mound, I'll tell you a quick story. So last year the mound was getting beat up, and it was a playoff game coming, and I knew Mitch was pitching. And so I snuck down. I work out of the house a lot. I snuck down here at lunchtime, had a portable container of water and a tamper, and I fixed the mound that day. So later on that night, I said to Mitch, the mound seemed better today. And he goes, yeah, it did. I go, yeah, it's amazing, the things that can happen when nobody's looking. Going back to that insane father watching his son pitch.
Well, John, it's, we did that for years. I remember doing that in Little League and taking care of the field for the boys. And when they, right before they pitched and being part of GJB, we hosted a lot of games, a lot of playoff games and a lot of tournament games. And I remember being out there and fixing the plate in the batter's box just the way our kids liked it. So, it's
why stop now,
right? Nick hits a bomb to left field, and that's out of here. That's way
That's a grand slam right there.
Grand slam for Nick Labrie.
Wow.
That ball was absolutely
That's a way to make
crushed.
something happen. Boy, oh boy.
That ball was destroyed. Second pitch. After the meeting on the mound, I guess he told him to just throw strikes, and Nick completely destroyed that one.
That's fantastic. Yeah,
good to see for Nick.
Nick loves fastballs, and a pitcher's in trouble, and he grooves one, and he was sitting dead red. And I mean, there was no question. That's quite a poke going down to that corner there,
going down the line. It's about 320 down the line, and that was a little way back.
He was right over that 342 sign. So 342-foot home run, grand slam. Your team's up 5-0 first inning. Fantastic.
Yeah. There comes Tyler now with nobody on and still 1 out.
Keep it going.
That was a 1-0 pitch that Nick destroyed. And catcher's having a problem behind the dish.
Well, this team faced a really good pitcher on Friday night, a kid that threw certainly upper 80s, if not some, probably touching 90 at times. He had him no hit into the 6th, and so today's a great day to sort of shake some of those ill effects.
Misses again, so he's gone 2-0 to Tyler now. He's thrown a lot of pitches so far. I'll try to get a count when I can, but that put a buzz into the crowd, didn't it, John?
Oh, sure did.
Tyler hits a ground ball up to short. Shortstop up with it, throws, and he's got him. So 2 down now. Tyler continues to be snake bitten. So Bobby now the 8th batter of the inning.
He's too good a hitter to stay that way. He'll get out of it.
Yep. He's not feeling too well these days, though. He said he had a headache and a sore throat last night, and Sarah took a picture of his throat this morning, and he's definitely got some stuff in there. Not quite sure if it's strep or what, but definitely had something in there.
Yeah, you hope it's maybe allergies or a common cold.
Yeah, he's got really
strep
bad
throat.
Yeah, he's got really bad allergies, and with the dry weather that we had, his allergies were really kicking in, and that rain yesterday seemed to help out a little bit, but
right.
It's going to be dry the rest of the week, and the allergies are high.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff floating around in the air right now with all the trees.
Bobby hits a little pop-up to second baseman calling, and makes the play. So they get out of the inning, but not before some serious damage was done. Nick Labrie with the grand slam. So Goffstown taking advantage of some wildness by Weilander, and board's not updating very well here. Here we go. Top of the second, 5-0. So Bobby popped to 4. See if we can get a number here. .29 pitches for Weilander. So Goffstown only had 2 hits in the inning. One was the grand slam. 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and then a ground out, 2 ground outs and a pop-up. So get those walks out of there, and he doesn't really have that bad of an inning. But the grand slam being the big hit by Nick Labrie. First home run of the year for Goffstown.
Yeah, you sort of sensed that there was building problems for the pitcher throughout the inning, so got himself into a hole, and Nick made him pay for it.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it was only a matter of time, right? I mean, he walked the bases loaded, then he hit Derek on a 1-2 pitch, which was very unfortunate. He kind of had Derek, he threw him a ball, then a strike, and he fouled a couple pitches off, and they weren't the greatest swings by Derek, but, he got grazed, and it was enough to force in Clay.
A pitcher that's having trouble finding the strike zone, and there's a meeting at the mound, and you almost guarantee the next pitch is going to be right down strike zone.
Yep.
And it was asking to be hit.
Yep. It was a 1-0. It was a 1-0 count, and Nick took care of it. So we have Derek Griffin coming in. Derek's a senior, number 15. Swings and misses. Derek is DHing today. He's DHing for the left fielder Armstrong, Jared Armstrong. Nice pitch. So Taylor ahead 0-2.
I don't know if I like the DH rule in high school baseball, where if you DH for the pitcher, I get it. But DHing for just various positions, it seems a little unorthodox to me.
Yeah. Fouls that one off. Yeah, I kind of have mixed feelings on that one. Goffstown's always used the DH for the most part. I mean, I remember back in the day, with Dylan Skinner, when he was playing short, he would be DH for, and Ryan Pernard, when he caught, he got DH for. So, they can see you using it. And, it's another way to get another person playing.
No, that's true.
I can see that.
Right.
But, sometimes you got a really good ball player who, if he's not hitting the ball, instead of taking his glove out of the lineup, nice pitch. That was a nice pitch. You could see as soon as it left his hand that was going to be a strike. So 5-pitch at bat by Griffin. So here's Weilander, the pitcher.
He's a big kid.
He is a big boy. bats left-handed, even though he throws right-handed. Senior, wearing number 20. Swings at a high fastball for a strike. Just heard the third base coach say, Smitty, go down and warm up. Foul back here.
So Smitty's going to be warming up.
0-2. Yeah, looking at their roster, but I don't. Oh yeah, it must be Caleb Smith. It's probably a Smitty, right?
Probably a solid guess.
It's probably a Smitty. I'm not a college graduate or anything, but I guess that Caleb Smith is Smitty. Whoa, fouled off of Tyler's helmet.
He should be the chief suspect. The catcher, the umpire took that off the
No, that was Tyler.
Oh, that was Tyler.
Yeah,
okay.
and the umpire's rolling out there to give him a
Yeah, that's what surprised me is
all good umpires, when a catcher, catchers protect them throughout the game. So when a catcher gets, a foul ball off him or gets hurt, you almost always see an umpire going out to the pitcher to give him some time to shake the cobwebs off. And more often than not, the catchers will do the same thing. If an umpire gets hit, the catcher will do the same thing. 0-2. Fastball, line drive right at Justin. So nice play. Wylander hit that one on the screws, but unfortunate for him, it went right to Justin. Fortunately for us. So Justin has been a little busy over there. He had the ground ball and then got the put out with Clay. So here comes the catcher. Number 22, Joseph Dupree.
Foul down
Joseph's
the line.
A junior hits a little foul down the line and Justin eats up.
I'm looking at the umpires. He's not a huge fellow, and I'm envisioning myself catching and him behind me. And he'd look like a jockey at the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
I'd be the horse. He'd be the jockey.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that. I mean, Tyler's 6 feet. Little over 6 feet, not quite 6'1", but 6 feet and change, and the umpire's probably all of 5'6", maybe 5'7".
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
you're 6'5", so he'd never be able to see over you.
That'd be a pretty funny visual, actually.
There's a strike, swinging strike. So
he wouldn't have to crouch if I was catching.
Yeah, you got that right. And you see more and more umpires stand a little further back, and look where they are. I mean, he's in the hole, so he's not technically behind the catcher. So
right.
He's in that little opening between the batter and the catcher. So that's how they get hit with those foul balls. But how else are they going to see?
Oh, absolutely.
So here comes the 2-2 to Dupree. Curveball, and he lost that one. So count is now full.
Going back to your point about the umpire's perspective, think about how that factors into whether he calls inside strikes, outside strikes, because he literally has a slanted view of the corner.
Middle, base hit. So Dupree gets a 2-out base hit.
Well, got a runner on board finally.
It's a good at bat by Dupree. 6-pitch at bat, ends in a base hit. So Graham Tenhaken is the batter. He's playing first base today, number 10. Another tall kid. They got some height on this team. Maybe this is the basketball team. Maybe they double as the basketball team, John.
Right.
Very small lead over there for Dupree. I'd be surprised if he takes off.
Ooh,
Very late swing by Tenhaken, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, that was a tentative late swing. With one strike on him, so that's the second strike
That's
right
0-2
there, right?
now, yep.
Yeah, so that's
see if Taylor tries that curveball again. One got away from him on Dupree. Nope, stays the fastball.
Jeez.
Wow.
Now the 2-strike swing that late makes sense,
Yeah,
but to do it with one strike is sort of doesn't make any sense to me. It's a waste of a swing.
Yep. That was way late. I mean, that ball was almost in Tyler's mitt when he hit it. Here comes the 0-2 again. Tyler sets up high and outside. That's where he gets it.
And he sort of chops at the ball. It's, second baseman and first baseman should be on their toes. That's my prediction here if he does get one fair.
Yep. Oh, yeah, definitely. He's working the count now. Now we get 2 balls. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. It'll be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. The sun's coming out now.
Boy, is it ever. Just changed the temperature by about 20 degrees.
Mm-hmm. So 2-2. Dupree on first. Justin playing behind him. There goes the runner.
Oh, boy.
High throw.
They got
He's
him.
got him. Nice throw by Tyler. You know, Justin was playing behind him. I wonder if they baited him into that.
That was a strange strategy. You're down 5-0. You're trying to get something going. You send a catcher. Catchers, Mike, you were a catcher. They're not known for being fleet of foot. So I don't know if I get that one.
Yeah, I agree with you, John. You know, Dupree doesn't look like he's the fastest guy in the world. He could be, and he wasn't out by much. The throw was a little high, but it was he had a good jump because Justin was. I was just going to say that Justin was playing behind. They weren't expecting him to run, and there he goes. He takes off, and they pay for it. So the good thing for Tan Henkin, he gets the lead off again after seeing 6 pitches. It was would have been a 3-2 count, but he'll get to have a new count.
You're making me wonder. Was that a decision by the runner on first to go himself, or was he told to go because nobody was holding him on?
Yeah, I think it's the latter, John. I think that once Justin moved back, that the first base coach or someone probably said to him, "Hey, they're not holding you on. Take off." He had a great jump.
Yeah. He had a fantastic jump.
He didn't have a very big lead, and nothing against Dupree. He's probably not the fastest guy on the team, but.
And I don't know it's always anything in life's risk versus reward. And what was the reward for that type of risk? Because the risk is you're going to end the inning. The reward is you got a guy on second base with 2 outs.
Well, here's the thing. It was a 2-2 pitch, right? So, it was ball 3. So he's running on the next pitch anyway. So why not wait for the full count? Then he's off running. That's a great point.
Yep.
So it doesn't make sense to run on the 2-2 pitch. And maybe when the count at one point was 1-2. So maybe you run on that pitch. If he strikes out, it doesn't really matter. Or if it's a ball 2, then if he gets thrown out, but it was a 2-2 pitch, and it was a ball. So then Dupree throws the ball down there again. He's got a new mitt. It's the second mitt of the game. Here comes Carter Chouinard. Now, Carter, he's a streaky hitter, and Carter's a kid who, if he gets a hold of one, and he's a high fastball hitter.
No, absolutely.
And he's got that swing. If he gets a hold of one, I'll tell you, he can put one.
He started off the season really hot. He's cooled off a little bit the last game or two. Like to see him get hot again. Him on base is a fantastic thing for this team. He's so darn fast.
Oh, yeah. He walks it. It's instantly a double with his speed. Goffstown has some good speed. Takes a strike on the inside corner.
Yeah, so based on the ump's perspective back there, I'm thinking inside corner is a good place to be. Yeah. Sometimes it's not with umps. If they line up over the other shoulder, if they're more square above the catcher's head.
Nice stop at a pitch in the dirt by Dupree. Yeah, when I umped, John, Little League, I tried to stay over the inside shoulder of the catcher because if you stand that far back, you can see the inside and the outside corner. If he's over the other side, it's a little harder for him to see that inside corner. Oh. A bunt attempt, not the way you draw it up.
No, he just sort of whiffed on it.
But he kind of lunged at it.
Absolutely.
He's probably trying to drag bunt. The third baseman's playing 5 feet behind the bag, so he's trying to catch him. The infield's playing deep. I mean, if he gets that down, if the pitch doesn't feel it, it's a base hit. Curveball in the dirt, strike 3. Dupree's going to throw it. He was going to throw it, but Carter gave himself up, and umpire just called him out.
So much of batting is mental, and the last 2 pitches there got the best of Carter in that at bat.
Yeah, I think he got a little frustrated when he missed the bunt.
Absolutely.
You got Ethan coming up for the second time, grounded the short his first time up.
I don't think we had seen a curve up until that curve right there. Maybe we had, but I had missed it.
Yeah, he's only thrown a couple. They weren't very good. And he's been laying off of them. He's been missing high with the fastball. You can see how now he's trying to come over. He's coming right over his head to try to keep the ball down because he was having that problem earlier where he was releasing it and everything was coming high. So now it's like he's throwing the ball straight down into the dirt. See him throwing downhill.
Yeah.
The catcher didn't help him out there by taking that out of the strike zone, but the umpire gave him the strike.
He looks like a young oil can Boyd with that wind-up.
Yeah, only about 4 inches taller and probably 100 pounds heavier than Boyd was.
Yeah, he was something to watch, though.
He was. For a guy his size, he could throw the ball.
Yeah.
Of course, he admitted to, not always playing.
He admitted to a lot of
admitted
things.
to a lot of things.
If you follow his story.
Right. Oh, he gets a high inside strike on Ethan, so count
Yeah,
runs full.
this umpire loves inside.
So you got to learn that as a catcher, as a pitcher. Just
The other
look there.
night, the Portsmouth game, that umpire did not like inside.
Ethan hits a line drive to center field. Center fielder drifting over to his right. Oh,
Ooh, boy.
Ball bounced out of his glove, and he gobbled it up. So could have been almost an error, but
Yeah. You could see that ball hiccup about a good 6-8 inches out of the glove.
yeah. So 2 down now for Clay. Clay singled on a 2-2 pitch his first time up. Staying hot. Clay old school. Look at this. He's got the high pants, no batting gloves, and he hits on the first pitch, grounds to first base. So a very easy inning for Wylander. So the score at the end of 2 full innings is now Goffstown 5 and Lebanon 0.
Yeah, the pitcher looked definitely much more comfortable, lower in the strike zone that entire frame, and the results favored him.
A 12-pitch inning as opposed to 29 in the first.
Yeah, and
So
a
puts him at
0-run inning as opposed
zero,
to 5.
right? 0. Well, his pitching, his wildness had a lot to do with the first inning, right? The 2 walks and the hit by pitch right before Nick's grand slam. So
Yeah.
it was he dug himself his own hole there. So Taylor coming out for the third. He's at 31 pitches right now.
We have a booth full of people
Yeah,
today, Mike.
Yeah.
Get your 2 boys up here.
We
Got my
have,
neighbor, Grady Chouinard, up here.
And we have plumber extraordinaire, Paul Renaud, with us.
Is he the sponsor of the game? This inning brought to you.
Brought to you by the Facilities Department at St. Anselm College. So we have Ten Haken that's going to bat again. He saw 6 pitches in his first at bat. He had a 3-2 count when Dupree was thrown out. So Ten Haken's going to step in there again. So I'm not repeating myself. He was up when the inning ended, so he'll start this inning off. So he's just the 7th batter that Taylor has faced. He's faced the minimum so far through 2 innings. Led up to 1 hit. Only base runner has been Dupree. He was cut down by Tyler.
All right, Mike,
takes
I'm going to
strike.
I'm going to bet you a Tano's Pizza that he hits the ball to the right side of the infield or foul within the next 2 pitches.
Oh, no, and he gets it to the outfield.
That still counts.
So technically,
Damn details.
if I wanted to be technical, that's a pizza because he hit it to the outfield.
I meant to say field, but I did say infield.
You did say infield.
Oh,
I had
damn
2
you.
pizzas down.
Oh, son of a gun. A technicality,
Technicality
caused by
got
my
him.
poor verbiage.
But I'll take it.
All right.
We'll call ourselves even. So Kyle Pelletier now digging in, playing third base, and he takes the strike.
Yeah, he's another big kid. He's got to be all a 6-something, too. So.
Yeah, they got a bunch of them. I'll tell you, there's some tall boys on that team. Kyle is a junior, so he's going to grow some more. Low for a ball.
Lebanon leads the league in bench clearing brawls based on this size.
Yeah. Well, I would if I was them. And that ball hits the plate, and it's a ground ball to Clay, and he throws him out.
Where was that one batter ago?
Can't win them all, John.
Nope. Well, he's cruising through 2 2/3 right now.
Yeah, he's got a nice 5-pitch inning so far, and brings up the number 9 hitter, Hunter Booten. He's a senior. Hunter is playing right field today, number 8. You'll start hearing the hey-eights coming as a strike. So, John, it doesn't look like they've adjusted to his fastball yet. They're behind on a lot.
Yeah, this kid's right on the edge of the plate, too, the stance, which It's a tough place to be if you can't turn. He
Fouls.
turned pretty good on that one, but missed it.
Yep, fouls that one back. So John, just getting back to your right side of the infield. So fly to right, ground ball to first, ground ball to second in the first. Strikeout, little line drive to Justin. Fly to right, ground to second. So I think you're pretty safe with that bet, John. You just say it to the right side.
I should have said the right side.
Pitch outside misses. So it's
Well, you
1-2.
right now you have a hard-throwing right-handed pitcher. You got an ump that likes the inside part of the plate, and you got a team that crowds the plate. It's probably going to weigh in Taylor's favor.
Yeah, I mean, if he's throwing inside and they're that far behind on hitting everything to the right side, why are you going to throw it outside and put it on the meat of the bat? And he's foul tips that one into Tyler's mitt for strike 3, and that'll end the top of the third inning. So a very quick inning for Taylor there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitch inning. So that puts him at 40 through 3. So, you get a couple runs here, John, and you can almost start to have the conversation is how far do you go with him having 4 more games the rest of the week?
Yeah, absolutely. I was commenting to you earlier how quiet it seemed down here, and it still does, but it brings me to think about Friday night's game. And, I like to see teams that are up in the dugout and cheering on their team. I thought that game was filled with just a little too much chatter from the Portsmouth dugout towards certain members of our team. And I think there's a certain etiquette, certain sportsmanship that I certainly thought was crossed the other night when the verbiage was getting awful personal towards some of our players, and I sort of wish something had been said and done about it.
It's funny you said that, John, because I didn't hear that. I wasn't sitting there, but I heard the exact opposite where I was from the parents. The parents were very supportive, positive for their team, didn't say anything negative about Goffstown, and I was expecting that. Maybe because I was standing right there with the camera. Maybe they didn't want to get themselves
on there. But you were announcing the game, and you had a headset on.
Right.
And it was
so, but I did hear the folks behind us, and they're very positive to their team and did not say a disparaging word about Goffstown. But then, you get back to it. The players, trash talk is part of the game. So, maybe did they cross the line? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on where you draw that line.
Right. So Connor Hyzak walked, 4-pitch walk his first time up. Didn't even have a pitch close to swing at. I'd like to see him get into one, John.
Absolutely. Ooh, out in front of that.
Way out in front of it. Just barely got a piece of it. Connor's pressing a little bit. It's like you said, he's probably still got a decent average, but this is a kid who should be up in the high 300-400s. Today it's a ground ball to third. It's kind of sidestepped. That's a ball that's got to be played, though.
You got to get a glove on it.
Yeah, he just olayed it, and we got to run on first base. I'd like to be in a giving mood, but that should have been fielded.
Yeah, agreed.
Got to give Pelletier an error on that one. So
third baseman and the first baseman have to go into more of a goalie mentality on balls hit down the line. You have to at least stop it because that could have been a double if it kept going down the line.
And if the ball was scalded, I could see, but that wasn't hit.
No, got to knock it down.
Extraordinarily hard. There's a ball in the dirt, throw down. Nice throw by Dupree. Ball in the dirt, he had to fish it out and almost got Connor at second base.
Agreed.
Very good throw.
That shouldn't have been close with Connor's speed and the ball being in the dirt, and it was actually
close
darn
play.
Close.
And, Dupree during the warm-ups has bounced everything way in front of the bag. That was a perfect throw. Maybe he's been sandbagging us, John. So it's 1-0 to Pinard. The umpire just threw that ball out of the game. What are we, in the major leagues here? Get some dirt on it? You throw the ball out now? Is that what it is? Justin Pinard, who I affectionately call Lou, have been calling him Lou since he was about 8. That pitch misses. 2-0 to Justin.
Which I know the reason, but I will bait you into answering. So why do you call him Lou?
Well, when Justin was just a little tyke, he had a shockingly – he just resembled the Lou Costello. He had the same hair, and, Justin didn't sprout out. He wasn't as tall, and, he wasn't heavy by any stretch of the imagination, but he wasn't as tall as he is now. So I got some pictures of him, and I'm sure we'll see some of those at Senior Day, and we'll get that on camera. But
yeah, that'd be a great idea. He did. He looked like Lou Costello.
And he loved it. And he actually put Lou on the back of his shirts. That's how much he liked the name. So he takes the strike. His parents used to call him Lou. So, and it's out of pure affection for Justin that I call him that. Great kid, two-sport athlete, great football player. Justin hits a long fly ball to right center field. That's going. That's not going to get caught. It bounces right before the track. Justin's going to try for three.
He's gonna go for three.
Connor's coming in. He's going to get there standing up. A stand-up triple for Justin Chouinard. He got all of that one, I'll tell you.
Poor communication on the part of Lebanon where when the second baseman fielded the throw, he didn't know where to go with the ball. He had a shot at him. I don't know if he gets him at third, but he would have had a play.
Yeah, he would have had a perfect throw to get him. But that ball hit the grass, bounced maybe a couple of feet and stopped. Connor scores easily from second base, and it's now 6-0. That ball was crushed. Hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark. That's about 340 out there. I see the 348 sign. It was just to the left of the 348 sign.
Yeah.
Here's Derek Stekowicz now. He's looking at that 308 sign out there like it's standing right next to him. That ball bounces. Here comes Justin to the plate. He's going to get in standing up. So scores on a wild pitch.
A poor man's home run right there.
Yep. Well, he needed to take a break. He was a little tired. So Justin scores on a wild pitch. And it's now 7-0 Goffstown. So, again, not to sound like a broken record here, but how long do you go with Taylor?
Boy,
he's only thrown 40 pitches.
You just stole the thought out of my brain. I'm thinking, boy, you got to be flirting with pulling him because he could now throw really at any point the rest of the inning you want him to.
35.
Yeah.
35 is the magic number. And, Derek swings at a high fastball, hits a sky-high foul ball down the right field line. 3 players giving chase. Oh, it hits the back of a vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
It's not mine.
That's a broken window right there.
It's not mine, so.
Who do you call when your windshield's busted, Mike?
Yeah. Giant glass, right? Isn't that what it is?
I think so.
I think the New Hampshire version is Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace, right?
Right.
Safe Light Auto Glass. So, and again, action in the bullpen. Oh, and they hit him again.
Oh, again.
So it's the second time Derek's been hit. So, I think because you said they lead the league in fights, that's probably why he's not charging the mound.
Absolutely.
So, again, he hits him on a 1-2 pitch.
Derek's dad is a captain in the Goffstown Police Department, so I don't think he's allowed to fight.
No. Are you kidding me? His dad would give him a tongue lashing if he did that. Derek is probably one of the most polite, gentle guys you'd ever meet in your life.
No doubt.
Nick hits a fly ball to right. That's going to be trouble. Derek's going to go halfway. He does. The right fielder comes up throwing. The throw in is not going to be in time. So Nick with the opposite field base hit. So he's 2 for 2 on the day. And that's going to bring up Tyler now with first and second and no outs, and that's going to bring a visit to the mound.
I'll tell you, the right fielder, he's a kid. He's a high school kid. He didn't get to the ball, which is no fault of his. It just found a place. But if he had come up throwing,
he would have
had got Derek at second base.
Yep. Well, Derek read it late. Derek was going back, and I think he read it at the last second that it was not going to get caught. So
agreed.
I wonder if this is Smitty coming in, John. I couldn't tell what number he was when he went down there. I'm not sure if this is Caleb Smith or not.
Well, he's Smitty from now on.
He's going to be Smitty, whether he likes it or not. I have their roster, but I don't have their numbers. So we're going to call him Smitty. So we'll see if we can get the book on Wylander. He only threw 54 pitches. And he only let up 3 hits. He let up the single to Clay in the first, the home run to Nick, and then the single to Nick there. So he only let up 3 hits. He walked 3, hit 2. So, it's not a terrible outing. He threw 54 pitches he only pitched 2 innings because he's got no outs here in the third. But
he had a not so good first inning, darn good second inning, and then his third inning didn't go so well either.
So we're going to say, for the sake of argument here, that this is Caleb Smith. I don't really know. Said I don't have their lineup, so. But we did hear that Smitty was going to warm up, so So we got Tyler coming up. Tyler grounded us short his last time up. If there's ever anybody that's due right now, it's him. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he needs to shave.
Well, it could break the slump if he shaves between innings.
Yeah. You know what? I had it on my mind to do, and then for some reason it just popped in my head. These seniors that we have on our team like to try to get into where they're going to school next year. So we'll start with Tyler. Tyler has committed to Roger Williams University. He'll be going there next year, starting in actually his move-in day is in the end of August 24th. He's going to be going to orientation next month. We'll be going down there. Mitchell is agreed to go to UNH, right?
Yeah.
Going to go to UNH. It was between that and St. A's, and he decided on UNH. So I know a couple more. I'll get to them in a minute. Here comes the pitch to Tyler, and he takes a strike.
I think Nick Labrie, if memory serves me right, is going to Roger Williams. No, he's going to Johnston Wales.
Johnston and Wales.
Yeah, that's right. So
that's
same
nice.
town, I believe, or the same state as Roger Williams.
It's in Providence. Tyler hits a line drive to center field that's going to drop for a base hit. It's barehanded by the center field. He makes a nice stop. That ball was going to get by him. So if nothing else, it breaks him out of it, takes him out of his little funk. Whoops. And now we have bases loaded with no outs. It's not going to get any easier. And you have red-hot Bobby Doherty stepping in. So Bobby Doherty has been as hot as you can get right now. He's since he's been inserted into the lineup, and John, you get kudos for that one. After the first game, you said how long it's going to take to get him in the lineup. He's been an everyday player now, and he's been doing it with the glove, and he's been doing it with the bat.
Yeah.
They're hitting the ball hard.
Yep, he's one of those guys that sort of sneaks past your first glance, but he's a good player.
Pitch in the dirt, so 1-1. Bobby kind of sprung up over the last couple of years. He was always a little guy, but he's got some height on him. Still needs a little bit of meat, but he's I remember Bobby when he was probably 5 feet tall, and he hits a ground ball down the third base line foul. So it's 1-2 now.
Well, he was a kid that even through Little League, he was on a couple really, really good teams that we had here in the town, and he was always a key member of those teams. No accident there.
Yep. Could always hit the ball, and you know what they say, if you can hit, they'll find a spot for you, whether it's being the DH or, put you somewhere. But Bobby certainly hit his way into this lineup. He works the count full.
And something you'll hear us say about the kids is he's just another terrific kid.
Yep.
I don't really think they have a bad attitude. There's not too many teams where there's not one bad apple or two, but there's not a bad kid on this team.
Full count pitch, and he walks him. So we now walk a run in, and it's now 8-0 Goffstown. So they're not helping themselves here by walking in runs. Carter's coming up. Carter struck out his first time up, but he's coming up now with the bases loaded and no outs. Ethan Smith just looks up and winks at us in the booth. Ethan taking his hacks in the on-deck circle. So another ball. So nowhere to put Carter. It's probably Bobby doesn't have his speed is okay, and you got Nick at third, you got Tyler at second. Tyler doesn't have the greatest speed, but he's a good base runner. Nick can just lumber down from where he is.
Yeah, they're in a jam. We got a little mound visit to the mound here from the catcher. I don't know.
Yeah, good job by Dupree right there.
Are.
After letting up the single to Tyler, he walked Bobby. I mean, he threw him 6 pitches, walked him on a full count, but now threw a ball to Carter. And Carter hits a ground ball to third. Third baseman's going to come home to Dupree. Dupree's going to go to first, and they're going to turn the double play. That is not an easy thing to do with Carter Chouinard running. So give Dupree a lot of credit there. I tell you, he made a great play. He fielded that, and he threw a strike to first base.
Well, this news just in, Mike. The catcher went out to the mound during that visit and said, hey, throw a pitch, jam this kid, and get us a double play.
And he did.
Jeez.
He probably walked out and said, roll me a deuce, and he did. Usually when you say that, it's a 6-4-3. But, that goes breaks off his glove. Tyler's going to come home. Tyler's going to come in standing up. So Bobby's going to move to third. Tyler scores to make it 9-0.
Yeah, it's almost a shame to throw that pass ball there. I don't know if you blame the catcher or the pitcher on that one, but either way, after that double play, that's a heck of a way to let up a run.
Yeah, that was the catcher. That ball just broke off his glove. And there's a ground ball to short. He gobbles it up, bobbles the transfer, but still gets him. So that's going to be the end of the inning. So, whoops, I just did that wrong. Trying to do too many things here. So we got 9-0 Goffstown.
At the end of 3, 9-0.
3 full. So, and John, don't know how long we're going to see Taylor for. Would assume, but I hate to assume, this might be his last inning, but you don't know. So Ethan 0 for 3 on the day, grounded out to short twice. So we'll call that Caleb Smith, who pitched the third inning through 12 pitches there. Goffstown puts up 4 in the third and now leads at 9-0 in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, I don't know. Taylor, right now, maybe one more inning. But you never know.
Well, if he goes over, I think if he goes over 70, 75, 76 pitches, he has 3 days rest. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, he can come back and pitch Friday. So maybe that's the plan, have him pitch Monday, Friday. So if you can get Taylor through this game, they'll have to use another arm.
Fair enough. Where's he at for pitches right now?
He's only at 40.
Oh.
So,
that could be the plan.
Worst case scenario, he has to rest 3 days if he throws the max, right? So a pair that's probably going to be the plan. And again, tomorrow is the continuation of a game that was suspended. And I think, was Mitch pitching that game?
No, that was Taylor
that was
as well.
Taylor, yeah. So that's not going to. Taylor's not going to pitch tomorrow. So I'm going to clear the screen here. So we have the top of the order for finally coming back up for Lebanon. I'm sorry, for Lebanon.
Yeah, it's a clean game when top of the fourth brings about the top of the other team's lineup. That means Taylor's been really cruising through this game up to this point.
Yeah, Ryan Nicholson's a senior, and he's playing second base. So he flew out to right field. So John, you want to keep the bets going with hitting it to the right side of the field?
All right, I'll take you up on that.
Everybody's been doing it so far. They have not hit a ball to the left side, well, to Taylor's right side.
Another kid that he's awful close to that plate with his back foot.
Takes another strike. So it's 0-2.
That was on the outside corner, but right to the glove.
He flew out on a 1-1 pitch in the first inning. Right after we were talking about Derek Stekowicz, and he flew out to him there. And he hits a ground ball to Justin, backhands it. Taylor a little late getting to the bag, and he gets there. Gets there just in time.
Boy.
So Justin made a nice backhanded play.
Yeah, Taylor maybe daydreaming there a little bit. He almost got himself into trouble.
So he's out 3-1 for 1 out, first out of the inning. And we were right once again. He hit it to the right side. So they have not put a ball in play to the left side. So that'll bring up Trey Chickering, freshman, batting second, playing center field. Nice relaxed stance. And he hits a ground ball to short. Hyzak up throw, and he's got him in the hole.
Nice play.
So first ball hit to the left side, and Hyzak makes a really nice play there. So 4 pitches, 2 outs so far for Taylor. And that'll bring up Jonathan Williman, the shortstop. Big kid. Sophomore. He's only going to get bigger and better, John. He's batting third now as a sophomore.
Oh, absolutely. Kid to probably keep your eyes on.
Fouled at the plate. Actually, that's another thing he has in common with Connor Hyzak. Connor's a sophomore as well.
Yeah,
so they wear the same number, they play the same position, and they're both sophomores. Pretty darn good.
Speaking of colleges, Connor will be going to Rutgers University on a baseball scholarship.
Obviously, he verbally committed to Rutgers. He still got some time to go, but you're right. Do we know where Carter's going? I thought I heard Carter was going to go to SNU, but
I believe he's going to Southern New Hampshire. Yeah, correct.
I believe he's going to SNU, but I believe Justin is Justin going to Marine,
Justin is going to Maine Maritime,
right? Yep.
Correct. There's a couple other seniors that I don't know that maybe we'll have to find out about.
Yep. Well, we have there's a ground ball back to Taylor. Takes his time and throws to Justin for an easy 1-2-3 inning. So returns the favor for Justin, and he gets him 1-3. A 7-pitch inning for Taylor, so he's only had 47 pitches through 4.
Yeah.
And Goffstown will be coming up in the bottom of the 4th inning now.
It's about 11.5 pitches per inning. It's hard to argue with. That's a terrific rate at this point. I think you're right on the money. They're going to see if maybe get him through 5, see where this game stands, see that pitch count. You'd love to keep him alive for Friday, though. I'd hate to lose him for the week.
Well, I don't think we can lose him for Friday. At this point, if he goes over the limit, he has 3 days of rest, right? So that's the most. So Tuesday,
okay.
Wednesday, Thursday, he can pitch Friday. But if you keep him under the limit, right now, I think he's only at 1 day's rest. So he could actually theoretically pitch Wednesday if need be. And Wednesday, so let's take a look at their schedule. They're playing Pelham on Wednesday, Laconia on Friday, and Bow on Thursday. I'm sorry, Hanover on Thursday.
So Hanover on Thursday, and who's the team on Friday, you just said?
Laconia.
Okay.
So we got Caleb Smith coming out for the 4th now, threw 12 pitches in his relief stint last inning. So Goffstown brought 8 men to the plate last inning, scored 4. Clay Campbell coming up. Clay singled and grounded out to first. Whoops, going to clear the balls and strikes on the big screen out there. Clay takes a ball. We'll try to look up the NHIAA pitching rule. Takes another ball. 2-0 to Clay.
Flag's blowing out to right field now. The wind's, I wouldn't say it's windy, but it's picked up from that real still air that filled the game in the early innings.
So he's got 3-0 to Clay, and every time they've walked somebody, it hasn't been good news.
Walks never are.
For these Lebanon pitchers. And he walked them on 4 pitches. So Clay will trot down to first base. I don't think you're going to see any running now with a 9-0 lead, but you never know.
Clay had on a protective shin guard. Sort of guards your foot, and I'm laughing to myself because the last game or 2 games ago he fouled 2 different pitches off his foot, and his dad was joking that he probably won't forget his shin guard the next game.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't.
Yeah, we were talking about that. The other night. Clay, Mark was gracious enough to join me.
Ooh.
And Connor gets hit.
That's the third
hit batsman
of the game.
Yep, first for Caleb Smith, but
clearly we know why these guys lead the league in bench clearing balls now.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it here. So 76 or more pitches is 3 days rest, but right now he's at 47. So he might fit in the range. He's under 50, so he really need 1 calendar day rest. He could actually come back and pitch Wednesday if he took him out now, but if he stays under 75, he could pitch Thursday.
Yeah.
So if
I venture to guess that's got to be the thinking right now. It's Thursday and Friday are a lock.
Yeah, I think that he's good for Friday.
Friday probably makes a lot more sense than to have him come back on that short a rest.
But, we're in the bottom of the 4th right now. First and second, no outs. John, it's probably a pretty good bet. They're going to have a 10-run lead going into the 5th.
Yeah, you would hope so.
If he can get out of next inning, without throwing, more than 28 pitches, that'll put him at 75, then he doesn't have to wait 3 days. Justin, it's a ground ball to first, gobbled up. The pitcher was late on a break. Foot race by the first baseman and Justin, and the first baseman wins it. So first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up Derek Stekowicz. So the runners now move to second and third with 1 out. First time Justin didn't reach today, so we'll go 3 unassisted on that one. Justin had walked twice before that. And it's Steck, who's been hit twice. I think he charges the mound if he gets hit this time, John.
I wouldn't want to be.
I was just going to say
I wouldn't want to be a pitcher.
I wouldn't want to see him coming out.
This boy starts charging the mound.
He's a big boy. That pitch is in the dirt. Nice stop by Dupuis.
Derek is, I would venture to guess he's probably one of the 3 biggest people at this field right now. He's a big kid.
have the roster here. The roster has him as a sophomore, 6'5", 210, and I think that 210 is a little bit of a fabrication.
6'5".
6'5".
We got him at 6'5". I know his dad's still taller than him.
Well, no. I talked to Kerry, and Kerry said that Derek is actually taller than him now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Kerry's every bit of 6'3", 6'4".
Oh,
so.
That's a sad day in a house when that happens.
But I'll tell you what,
Poor
210. I mean, I'm 212, and he's got me by 8 inches. There's a base hit between first and second. He's going to score one. He's going to wave Connor around. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's on target, but it's going to be late, and Connor's going to score. So a 2-run base hit for Derek Stekowicz.
That looked close until the ball hit the grass.
Yeah, it just died.
Boy, did it kill it. It absolutely killed it like a golf shot.
So a 3-0, he gave him the green light, and he singles between first and second and scores Clay and Connor. And here's Nick Labrie. Nick's 2 for 2. He's had the big hit of the day so far, that grand slam in the first inning.
Derek and Bobby are doing what you should do when you're.
And Nick hits a line drive base hit to left field. So Labrie 3 for 3 now, and that's going to come right in. So he's wasting no time. First pitch swinging. He's only seen 4 pitches, and he has 3 hits.
Well, you know what I was going to say about Derek and Bobby, I'll extend to include Nick, that it has nothing to do with the grade you're in, but if you're a player that wants playing time and you get the opportunity,
you got to make the most of it.
You got to take advantage of it. And all 3 of those kids you can see them laying it all out there, and it's fantastic. It's just what this offense needs. So,
John, look at the base patch. You got Derek listed at 6'5", 210. You got Nick listed at 6 feet, 235. So tell me which one has the correct weight and which one doesn't.
You know, it's amazing. Neither kid plays football for Goffstown.
Yeah, I know.
That's a defensive, offensive line right there on the base pass.
Tell you what, Derek plays soccer, and he's going to be playing defense soccer next year. And I feel bad for some of those strikers that are going to run into him.
Absolutely. He plays basketball, too, and he's
2-0 to Tyler now. Tyler hits a ground ball to third. That gets through, so he's got a 2-hit game, and that's just what he needed. And the bases are loaded again for Bobby Doherty. So Tyler now with 2 hits on the day, and he needed that. 2-0 swinging and a base hit. So that's 3 hits in a row now. After a hit batsman after walking a hit batsman, 3 base hits, and it doesn't get any easier with Bobby Doherty coming up. Bobby, he popped out to second and walked, forced in a run with a walk his last time up.
You'd like to see one more hit and kind of put this game into a really comfortable place.
Sorry, John.
No,
Lebanon knows that, too, as they're bringing the infield in. They know that this game could really get away from them here.
Absolutely.
It's already 11.
It'd be a fantastic way to start a tough week for Goffstown to end this game early.
So, ball, and Dupree throws down to third base. Thought he was going to catch Derek. So he's 2-0 again. He's been working from behind all inning. That's not going to help you. He misses high there. Nowhere to put Bobby, so Bobby could walk in a run. Could have a second RBI without getting a hit.
There's nobody warming up for
No, it's Smitty's game. Oh, and he swings at a high pitch on 3-0, and he follows it. That's going to go into the crowd.
No.
It's going to bounce and go between all kinds of cars over there. So, working fast there now is Caleb Smith, and he hits high with that one, and he's going to force in a run. So that's going to make the score 12-0 now. So that's 2 touchdowns and no extra points. And Dupree's going back out to the mound. He did this last time when Carter was up, and Carter hit into a double play. So maybe Dupree's going to try to do the same thing here. So Derek comes on in the score there. So Goffstown has played at 3 this inning.
Well, there's been 2 different visits to the mound during bases loaded situations. The first one resulted in a grand slam, and the second one resulted in a double play.
Right.
So let's hope for a little magic the first visit.
And Jeremy Bars has now grabbed the bat and is swinging on deck. Looks like he's going to come in to hit for Ethan Smith. I'd love to see Carter get a hold of one here. But Caleb Smith is just missing all over the place now.
Yeah, it's a tough place to be if you're him. You got nobody coming to help you either.
Yep. That's a nice pitch for a strike. Carter looked like he was taken all the way. I tell you.
Yeah, he probably was.
These are the fun games when you're getting in there. Labrie with 3 hits, Tyler with 2 hits. It helps your batting average a little bit. Look at the lead Bobby had. Oh, swung way ahead of that. Bobby was almost down to second base. Did you see that? He's taking his nice secondary lead.
Yeah. Carter was way out in front of that one.
Yeah, he was. Carter just looks like he's not comfortable.
He looks really uncomfortable.
Curveball, and he rings him up. So Carter, unfortunately, not having some fun right now, as he's now 0 for 3, struck out twice and hit into a double play. So now we have Jeremy batting for Ethan Smith. Jeremy's a senior. He's kind of in a rock and a hard place. He hasn't. He's one of those kids that there's no room for him. Right? No. There's other kids hitting the ball and they're earning their way into the lineup, and Jeremy really hasn't had the opportunity to do that. So, but he batted the other night and walked against Portsmouth. So I'd like to see Jeremy get a hold of one here.
Yep, he's got an opportunity. Put the bat on the ball, make it happen.
He takes a strike. It's a good look right there by Jeremy. See what he can do. Now I wonder if he's going to go in and play third for Ethan. It's generally what happens. Bobby with a huge lead over at first, and he takes strike 2.
Well,
kind of high.
That was a 12-0
strike. Yeah,
strike right there.
Still like to see Jeremy get a hold of one. Pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by Dupree. He's done a good job behind the plate.
Yeah, I like him as far as stopping stuff. His arm's a little so-so at times, but I like the hustle factor out of him.
Pitch misses high, 2-2. So all you're doing here is maybe getting these runners going if you go 3-2.
Jeremy should be real aggressive with this pitch. Oh, yeah,
he's got to be. Don't leave it in the umpire's hands. Got to be swinging all the way. And he lunges and strikes out. And that's going to end the inning. But Goffstown does some more damage. And we're going to go to the top of the 5th, and it's 12-0. All they got to do is have a clean inning here, and we got 4, 5, 6 coming up. A 30-pitch inning for Caleb Smith, so he threw 42 pitches over his 2 innings. Some wholesale changes coming up here. Jeremy's going into third base. Bobby's racing back out to left field. I see Sam DeRocha going out to second base. So Sammy's now in the game. Connor Hyzak has come out. Hey, look who we got in the booth with us. Kerry, put the headset on. Good to see you, bud. We were just talking about you. How you doing, Kerry?
I'm doing very well, Mike. Hey, this is a heck of a game today.
Yeah, this is kind of what they needed, a shot in the arm. The bats have kind of been sleeping, and we don't. But I got to get off the game for a second. We were just talking about this. Derek's listed as 6'5", 210. No way, 210. 6'5", yes.
Probably 215, maybe 220. We'll see.
John and I were talking that you had that rough experience of your kid is finally taller than you now, right?
Yeah, it's not a pleasant thing. Believe me, he's always looking down at me saying, "Hey, Dad, how's it going, Shorty?"
But he's having a good gig. Got hit twice and had a 2 RBI single. I don't know when you got here, but it's all on video too. This game will be on YouTube soon, and to watch that, he made a couple of nice plays in right field so far.
Well, his nickname is the Human Target, so he gets hit about 14 times a year. So that's status quo.
Yeah. So Derek Griffin is the batter for Lebanon. He takes a ball. Taylor French has been pretty efficient so far. He's only thrown 47 pitches through 4 innings. Here comes another one. There's a ground ball base hit, just the second hit of the game. Good piece there by Griffin. So, Kerry, good to see you out here. We've been looking for you. I know I've been trying to text you the updates when Derek's playing.
No, I appreciate that.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to be here. I got here as soon as I could out of work, and I like Frenchy keeping the ball low today. He's keeping the ball down in the zone pretty much.
It's popped up a mile. Tyler's coming over here, close to the fence, and he makes the grab. Great catch. Nicely done. That was a tough ball. First pitch, he pops out to the catcher. Tyler's gotten really good at that. But, yeah, Kerry, we appreciate what you do around here, being a captain in the Goffstown Police Department, former prosecutor. We certainly appreciate your civil service.
Well, I love being part of the community and doing my part, and I certainly like coming out here and seeing these guys put in this kind of effort. It's great to see.
Yeah, this is a game they've needed. This is a shot in the arm for them. They had only had a couple hits coming into this game. They only had 4 hits against Portsmouth the other night in that 6-2 loss. But, a couple of guys have broken out a little bit here today, and it's good to see. So this should have been the catcher, Dupree. So I'm not sure who this is batting right now. I don't have the Lebanon roster here. John had to step away for a minute, and Kerry Stekowicz was gracious enough to step in. Always good to hear from Kerry. There's John out there now working his way back. There's a ground ball. It's going to get through the middle. Hi, Zach. Campbell makes a stop, tags, gets him on the tag. So didn't have a double play, so we just did the right thing.
Yeah, that was a tough ball to field for everybody.
Yeah.
Just kind of died in the grass a little bit.
So there's 2 down now, and Taylor's still, only 3 pitches to that batter. And we have Ten Hankin up now, the first baseman. And he's late with a pitch and fouls it back.
This kid's hung tight twice.
Yeah, he has. His first at bat was he had a 6-pitch at bat, and that's when Dupree actually got thrown out. So he actually got the lead off the next inning as well. So he's seen the most pitches from Taylor. A ball and a strike now. Goffstown looking to put this one away here. He's late on that one. It hits a line drive down the right field line. That's going to go foul. So he's now in a hole 1-2. He's been behind on everything, huh, Kerry?
Yeah, I think he has every single cut he's had at it. He's been behind.
Yeah. We had John and I were taking bets on, they were hitting a lot of balls to the right side of the field. And they started to hit a couple to left. The base hit. They've only got 2 hits. One was by Dupree and one this inning. Curveball misses. Taylor wanted that one. 2-2 count. He's going to finish this game if this, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to jinx him. Just misses there. That was close. So he's going to go full again. So Ten Hankin is seeing a lot of pitches. So the runner will be off here. Justin runs behind him. He doesn't go, and he hits a fly ball. There's Derek. Derek makes the grab going away. And
my baby.
My
little Derek.
I should have let you call it. So that's going to do it with the run rule. And we're in the top of the 5th inning. So, Kerry, I appreciate you coming by.
Oh, thanks for having me, Mike.
Great to see you.
A good game to be here for.
Yeah. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Here's John again.
Thanks, sir.
So, John, just what we needed here, a quick game. A nicely pitched game, nicely played game.
Oh, that's fantastic. Great way to start the week. Appreciate Kerry jumping on the mic. I think that's something we should try to do with a lot of these games. There's so many dads that have spent the last 7, 8, maybe more years than that watching their kids play baseball, and they got a lot to say about the sport. And Kerry's a big member of the Goffstown community. I don't think you could live in Goffstown and not know who Kerry is after living here for about 5 years.
Yeah, he. It was funny, when you had to step away, and I saw him walk up the stairs, and I said, "Hey, grab the headset. Let's go. We'll try this," and worked out pretty well. But a good performance by Goffstown today. I'm going to try to get you some numbers here. So Taylor only threw 59 pitches. He let up just 2 hits. It was pretty efficient. He only walked 1, and he struck out. He only had 2 strikeouts. One was looking, one was swinging. So Lebanon kind of put the bats on the balls there. And Goffstown, on the other hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits. You'd think they'd have a lot more hits. 7 hits, but there was a ton of walks. 1, 2,
a lot of walks.
3 hit batsmen, right?
It was a clean game defensively. I can't think of really a misplayed ball by either team.
Nope. 5 walks. Just the one error. The one error by the third baseman there on Connor in the third. But
not the most egregious of errors.
No, it was a hard hit ball, but it was a ball he olayed and a ball he should have come up with. So we have a long week ahead of us, John, with the Lebanon now behind us and a continuation of St. Thomas tomorrow. at 4:30. That game is here. Then we have Pelham on Wednesday here, Hanover on Thursday at Hanover, and then Laconia here. So busy week. We're going to be busy. We hope to be bringing you all these games this week. And
this team will go from about 6 or 7 games in a 3-week span. 3-week span, only 6 or 7 games to playing almost that many in a week. So it's actually a good opportunity for them to settle in, especially offensively, and it'll help defensively too. It's that many more game situations you've seen. Maybe even pitching. Maybe they're going to find a key contributor of this pitching staff to go into the postseason with, because right now they could. Any pitching staff can always use all the help they can get. Yeah.
So quick game today. We've got about an hour and 20 minutes, which is about as quick as you can get. Pretty good game, like you said. Pitched, fielded well, got some hits, had some walks, had some hit by pitches. But that's going to be it for today. We're going to have a busy week, and look forward to doing some games with you this week. So for what's that? Nah, we don't need to get us on. Not today. So that's going to do it for today. You can see that it's going to be taking some pictures and getting ready for Senior Day. So so for John Skokie, our cameraman, Ethan Santoro, and Grady Chouinard, who was a big help today, Kerry Stekowicz, I'm Mike Santoro saying we'll see you tomorrow.